My family calls me worthless. They don't say it once and move on. They say it like it's my name now. Natty, the useless son. Every evening the same scene plays out in our small wooden house on the edge of Bangkok's old district. The smell of grilled fish and nam prick plara fills the air while my mother sighs into her bowl of rice soup. My father stares at the lottery results on the cracked television screen. My older brother Crit leans back in his chair, arms crossed, smirking like he's personally responsible for every good thing that ever happened to our bloodline. Tonight is no different. You're 25 already, Nat. Mom says, voice tired but sharp. No steady job. No savings. No girlfriend. When we go back to the village for Songkran, what face will I show your aunts? That we raised a boy who can't even take care of himself. I keep my eyes on the cow nu mamuong in front of me. The mango is sweet. The sticky rice is perfect. Everything tastes like cardboard anyway. Crit snorts. He's probably still dreaming about being discovered as some big star. Or maybe he's waiting for a lottery ticket to fall from the sky. Dad doesn't speak. He never does when they gang up on me. His silence hurts worse than the words. I want to scream that I'm married. That I've been married for 8 months. That the plain silver band hidden under the black silicone cover I bought at Chattachak is proof I'm not the failure they think I am. But I say nothing. Because if I open my mouth now, everything will explode. His name is Thanin Ratanakorn. Everyone calls him Kanti, or just Mr. Ratanakorn when they're scared of him. I call him T. Only me. He's 32, 6'2", shoulders that fill doorways, jawline that could cut glass, eyes so dark they look black until the light hits them and turns them molten brown. CEO and majority shareholder of Ratanakorn Group. Hotels, luxury condominiums, shopping malls, a handful of very successful tech startups nobody outside the industry has heard of yet. Net worth rumored to be somewhere north of 30 billion baht. We met because I was a temp delivery boy. I'd been sent to drop off a stack of signed contracts to the 58th floor of Ratanakorn Tower. The aircon was so cold my sweat dried instantly. My cheap white shirt was already turning see-through under the arms. I was 10 minutes early, but when the private elevator doors opened and he stepped out, phone in one hand, sleeves rolled to the elbows, he looked at me like I'd personally insulted his entire bloodline. You're late, he said. I'm not. He stared for 3 full seconds. Then the corner of his mouth twitched. Not quite a smile. More like he'd just discovered something interesting. Follow me. I did. He led me past startled secretaries straight into his office, closed the door, and asked for my name. Natty. Nat. Nat, he tested it like he was tasting wine. Sit. I sat. He didn't ask for the documents. Instead he asked where I lived, how long I'd been temping, why my shoes looked like they'd walked from Nonthaburi. I answered honestly because lying to him felt impossible. When I finished he leaned back in his chair and said, have dinner with me tonight. I laughed nervously. I don't think I can afford wherever you eat. I'm not asking you to pay. I went. We ate at a quiet Ison place near the river that nobody rich ever goes to. He ordered larb mu, grilled squid, papaya salad so spicy my eyes watered. He ate like he was starving, laughed when I cried from the chili, wiped my cheek with his thumb when a tear escaped. 2 weeks later he took me to Phuket. Not a vacation. A business trip, he said. We never left the villa. On the 3rd morning he woke me before sunrise, carried me to the beach still wrapped in the sheet, set me down on the cool sand, and dropped to one knee. The ring was simple platinum. No diamond. Just a thin band engraved inside with our initials in Thai script. Marry me, Nat. I stared at him. Half naked, hair messy from sleep, sunrise painting gold across his shoulders, and said yes before my brain could catch up. We flew to a private island he owns off Krabi. 2 lawyers. A justice of the peace who didn't blink. Palm trees swaying. Ocean whispering. No photos. No guests. No announcement. Just vows spoken in quiet voices and a kiss that tasted like salt and promises. Back in Bangkok I kept everything the same. Still lived in the family house because moving out suddenly would raise every red flag. Still took temp jobs. Still came home smelling like street food and exhaustion. But every few nights, when the house was quiet, I slipped out after midnight, took a taxi to Sathorn, rode the private elevator to the penthouse. And every single time, the moment the doors opened, T was there. No words at first, just his mouth crashing into mine. Hard, hungry, deep. His hands would frame my face, thumbs stroking my cheekbones while his tongue slid against mine in slow, deliberate strokes that made my knees buckle. I'd clutch his shirt, rise on my toes, chase the taste of him. Coffee, mint, something darker that was just tea. He'd walk me backward until my spine met the wall, bodies pressed so tight I could feel every heartbeat. We never rushed past that. Never needed to. Those kisses said everything. Asterisk, I missed you. I need you. You're safe. You're mine. Asterisk. Tonight is one of those nights. I wait until Mom's snoring drifts down the hallway. Dad's soft snores answer from the next room. Crit's door is closed. I slip out. Taxi. Elevator. Doors open. T's already there. Barefoot, black t-shirt, sweatpants slung low. He doesn't speak, just reaches for me, pulls me inside, kisses me like the world is ending. Deep, slow, endless. My fingers twist in his hair. His hands slide under my shirt, palms hot against my back. I feel the tremor in his arms, like he's holding himself back from something bigger. When we finally break apart, foreheads pressed together, breathing hard, he whispers against my lips. When are you going to tell them? I close my eyes. Soon. He kisses my temple. Soft now. Gentle. Soon, he repeats. But we both know soon is a lie I keep telling myself. Because the moment I tell them I married a man, let alone a billionaire, they won't just call me worthless. They'll call me delusional. Or worse, a gold digger, a liar, a disgrace. And I'm not sure I'm brave enough to hear it. The morning after the receipt disaster, I don't go to the temp job. I call in sick with a voice so shaky the HR girl asks if I need a doctor. Instead I text T. Asterisk, can I come over? Early. Asterisk. His reply is one word. Always. By 9 I'm in his penthouse, still wearing yesterday's clothes, hair a mess. He opens the door in gym shorts and nothing else. Skin still damp from a shower. He doesn't ask questions. Just pulls me inside, wraps those long arms around me, and holds on until my breathing evens out. We end up on the living room floor-to-ceiling window seat overlooking the Chow Phraya. The city glitters below like it doesn't know my world is cracking. I tell him everything. The way Mom waved the dry cleaning slip like it was proof I'd robbed a bank. Crit's mocking laugh. Dad's quiet, disappointed stare that said more than words ever could. T listens without interrupting. His thumb strokes slow circles on the back of my hand. When I finish, he says very calmly, I want to meet them. Properly. My heart stutters. No, Nat. They'll humiliate you. Or they'll think you're playing some cruel prank. Or worse, they'll think I tricked you. That I'm using you. He turns my face toward him with 2 fingers under my chin. I'm not asking for permission, he says. I'm telling you, we're married. They deserve to know why their son isn't worthless. Why he's loved. Why he's safe. Why he's never coming back to that house alone again. I open my mouth to argue. He kisses me instead. Deep, slow. The kind of kiss that steals breath and logic at the same time. His lips move over mine like he's rewriting every doubt, tongue tracing the seam until I open for him. I taste mint toothpaste and the faint salt of my own tears. His hand cups the back of my neck, holding me like I might disappear if he lets go. When he pulls back just enough to speak, his voice is rough. Tomorrow night, dinner at your house. I'll behave, but I'm coming. I don't win this one. I never win when he looks at me like that. Like I'm the only thing in the world that matters. So the next evening I send the message to the family group chat. Asterisk, bringing someone home for dinner tomorrow. Important. Please don't make it weird. Asterisk. Mom replies instantly with 3 red heart emojis. Crit sends a string of laughing crying faces. Dad just types, okay. They think it's a girl. Of course they do. T picks me up at 7 in the understated black Mercedes GLC. he uses when he doesn't want attention. No chauffeur. Just him in dark jeans, white button-down with sleeves rolled, hair still damp from the shower. He smells like cedar and clean skin. I fidget the whole drive. He reaches over, squeezes my thigh once. Breathe. The house looks smaller when we pull up. Fairy lights Mom strung for Loy Krathong last year are still hanging, flickering weakly. She opens the door before I can knock. Her smile dies the second she sees him. Tall, impossibly handsome, standing next to her scrawny, nervous son like he belongs there. Sawasti Krub, Kunmei. T says, windy perfectly, deep, respectful, no arrogance. Mom's mouth opens, closes, opens again. Kun, Danan? He nods. Danan Ratanakorn. But you can call me T. She stares, then at me, then back at him. Dad appears behind her. Crit right after. Silence stretches so long I hear the neighbor's TV through the wall. Finally Mom remembers manners. Come in. Come in. Dinner is torture. Mom serves too much food. Gangsam, PLA Mukyeong, Tom Yum Gung she must have spent all day preparing. She keeps refilling T's plate even though he's barely touched it. Dad asks stiff questions. What do you do? Real estate development. Hotels. Some technology investments. Crit's fork freezes halfway to his mouth when T casually mentions the name of the company. You're that Ratanakorn? T nods once. Crit looks at me like I've grown a second head. Mom laughs, high, nervous. So, you're Nat's boss? T sets his spoon down carefully. No, Kunmei. He reaches across the table and takes my hand. Laces our fingers together right there in front of everyone. I'm his husband. The room detonates. Mom gasps so hard she chokes. Dad's face turns dark red. Crit stands so fast his chair tips over. What the hell kind of joke is this? Crit snaps. It's not a joke, T says. Voice calm. Deadly calm. We married 8 months ago. Quiet ceremony. No publicity. Nat wanted to protect all of you from the shock. Mom starts crying, silent, shoulders shaking. Dad's voice is low, dangerous. Get out. Both of you. Now. T doesn't flinch. He stands, pulling me up with him. With respect, Kunfo, he says. Nat T is your son. He deserves love. Not judgment. Not shame. If you can't give him that yet, we'll go. But he's not alone anymore. We leave. The door closes behind us with a soft click that sounds like a gunshot. In the elevator down to the parking garage, I start shaking. T pulls me against his chest, one hand cradling the back of my head. They'll come around, he murmurs into my hair. Or they won't. Either way, you have me. Back at the penthouse, he doesn't turn on lights. Just leads me to the couch, sits, pulls me into his lap. I bury my face in his neck. He smells like home. He tilts my chin up, kisses me. Gentle at first, soft brushes that say I'm here. Then deeper, slower. His tongue strokes mine in lazy, comforting waves. I melt against him, fingers threading through his hair, clinging like he's the only solid thing left in the world. We kiss until my lips feel swollen, until the shaking stops, until all that's left is the steady thump of his heart under my palm. He pulls back just enough to rest his forehead against mine. Sleep here tonight, he whispers. Every night from now on if you want. I nod. But I know the real storm hasn't hit yet, because tomorrow the gossip will start, and my family will never forgive me for choosing love over shame. The call comes 2 days later. Mom's number lights up my screen at 7:14 a.m. I almost don't answer. T is still asleep beside me, one arm thrown possessively across my waist, face half buried in the pillow. His breathing is slow and even. Safe. I slip out of bed, pad to the living room, and answer on the 5th ring. Nat? Her voice cracks. Come home, please. We need to talk. As family. No yelling. No accusations. Just exhaustion. My stomach twists. When? Tomorrow. We're going back to the village. Everyone will be there. Everyone means aunts, uncles, cousins, the village headman, maybe even the monk from the local temple. A full tribunal. I glance back toward the bedroom. T's silhouette fills the doorway now, hair messy, eyes sharp despite the early hour. He doesn't ask who it was. He already knows. I'm coming with you, he says the second I hang up. No, Dale, I'm not letting you walk into that alone. He steps closer, cups my face with both hands. We face this together. End of discussion. I don't argue. I'm too tired. We leave Bangkok at dawn the next morning. T drives his black Range Rover himself, no driver, no entourage. Just us, 2 overnight bags, and a silence thick enough to choke on. Rice fields stretch out on both sides of the highway, green and endless. The air smells like wet earth and coming rain. I keep twisting the silicone cover on my ring finger until the skin turns red. T reaches over without looking, stills my hand with his. Breathe, he murmurs. Same word he always uses when I'm spiraling. The old wooden house appears at the end of the dirt road like it always has. Smaller every time I come back. Relatives are already gathered under the mango tree in front. Folding chairs, plastic tables, a thermos of coffee. They all turn when the car stops. Mom steps forward first. Her eyes are red-rimmed. She doesn't hug me, just looks from me to T and back again. Dad stands beside her, arms crossed. Crit is there too, leaning against a post, expression unreadable. The village headman, Uncle Somchai, clears his throat. Sit. We sit. No greetings. No small talk. Dad speaks first, voice low. Explain. I swallow. T is my husband. We've been married 8 months. I love him. He loves me. That's all there is. Aunt Noy gasps. Another aunt mutters something about bad karma from a past life. Uncle Somchai rubs his temple like he has a headache coming. Mom's eyes fill with tears again. A son with a man. What did we do wrong? We gave you everything. You gave me love, I say quietly. This is what I chose with it. T speaks then, calm, respectful but unyielding. With respect to everyone here, he says, Nati is not confused. He is not sick. He is not being tricked. He chose me freely. I chose him the same way. We are legally married. I have no intention of hiding it anymore. Uncle Somchai leans forward. Tradition says a son must care for his parents. How does this arrangement fulfill that? T doesn't hesitate. I will care for them, for all of you, if you allow it. Money is not the issue. Respect and time are. Silence falls again. Then Crit, my brother who laughed at me 2 nights ago, surprises everyone. He's telling the truth, Crit says. I went to the penthouse. I saw how they live. Nat isn't pretending. He's happy. Happier than I've ever seen him here. I swing to Crit. He shrugs, uncomfortable under the attention. I was an asshole about it before. I'm not anymore. A tiny crack in the wall. But Mom isn't ready to let it widen. She stands abruptly. Leave, both of you. Don't come back until you fix this. Until you choose right. Dad doesn't contradict her. We stand. T bows deep proper to every elder there. Then he takes my hand, laces our fingers, and walks me back to the car. No one stops us. In the driver's seat, I start crying. Silent at first, then shaking sobs I can't control. T pulls over on a quiet stretch of road flanked by banana trees. He turns off the engine, climbs over the console, and pulls me into his lap like I weigh nothing. He doesn't say anything stupid like, "It'll be okay." He just holds me. Then he kisses me. Soft, slow, endless. His lips brush mine over and over. Gentle presses that say I'm here. I'm not leaving, you're enough. His tongue traces the seam of my mouth until I open for him. The kiss deepens gradually, warm and steady, like he's pouring every unspoken promise straight into me. I cling to his shoulders, fingers digging in, tasting salt from my tears and the faint sweetness of the coffee he drank earlier. When we finally separate, he rests his forehead against mine. We're enough, he whispers. Just us. For now. Back in Bangkok that night, things start shifting in small, unexpected ways. T makes quiet moves. He sends money to my parents through Crit. No name attached, just enough to fix the leaking roof and buy a new water pump for the village house. Crit texts me the next day. Asterisk, they know it's from him. Mom cried when the contractor showed up. Not angry tears. Different ones. Asterisk. Progress. Tiny. Fragile. But real. Meanwhile, the tabloids catch wind. A blurry photo from the village. Someone must have snapped it when we arrived. Appears online. Ratanicorn heir in secret same-sex marriage? Then another. Us leaving my family house hand in hand weeks ago. Reporters show up at the old house. Mom calls me in a panic. They're everywhere. Cameras. Questions. T doesn't hesitate. Within hours, his PR team releases a short statement. Kundanan Ratanicorn and Nati confirm their legal marriage. This is a private matter between two consenting adults. We respectfully request privacy during this time. He posts one photo on his rarely used personal Instagram. Our hands linked, rings visible, nothing else. Caption. Asterisk, love is love. Thank you for understanding. Asterisk. The internet loses its mind. Some comments are vicious. Most are kind. Thai BL fans flood in calling us real-life trope. Heart emojis. Support threads. Fan art. My phone buzzes non-stop. Strangers, you're brave. Thank you for existing. You gave me hope. Then Mom calls again. Her voice is softer than I've heard in years. Nat, come home. Please. Just you and him. No one else this time. I look at T. He nods once. We're going back. We drive back to the village the following weekend. No fanfare. No entourage. Just T's quiet black SUV, rolling down the same dirt road. Dust swirling behind us like it's trying to erase our tracks. The mango tree still stands in the yard. Leaves heavy with late rain. Fewer cars this time. No crowd waiting to judge. Just my parents, Crit, and two aunts who live close enough to be considered family. Mom opens the door before we even knock. She doesn't speak at first. Her eyes flick to T, tall, composed, hands in his pockets like he's not walking into a lion's den. Then to me. Then she steps forward and pulls me into a hug. It's awkward. Stiff. Her arms tremble. But she holds on longer than she has in years. I feel the dampness of her tears against my shoulder. I was scared. She whispers so quietly only I can hear. For you. For what people would say. For losing you. I hug her back. Hard. You didn't lose me. She pulls away, wipes her eyes with the edge of her fa sin, then turns to T. Sawis D krub, kun T, she says, voice small. She wise him, deep, respectful. He returns it perfectly. Sawis D krub, kun may. Thank you for inviting us. Dad stands just inside the doorway. Arms still crossed but not as tight. He nods once at T. No words. That's progress. We sit at the low wooden table under the house. No fancy food this time, just sticky rice, grilled chicken, fresh cucumber, and nam prik ong Mom made herself. Simple. Familiar. No one rushes to speak. Finally Dad clears his throat. We talked, he says. To the monks at the temple. To each other. To Crit. Crit looks down at his plate, ears red. Dad continues. We don't understand everything. Not yet. But we see you're not pretending. And we see he takes care of you. He glances at T. The roof doesn't leak anymore. The pump works. The neighbors stopped asking questions after your people came to fix things quietly. T inclines his head. I only wanted to help, not to buy forgiveness. Mom's eyes well up again. We thought. Maybe you were using him. That rich people do that. Play with feelings. I'm not rich in the ways that matter, T says quietly. Not without Nat. Silence settles again. Comfortable this time. One of the aunts, Lek, the one who always gossips, finally speaks. People in the village are still talking. Some say it's wrong. Some say it's modern. Most just want to know if there will be grandchildren. Mom flinches. I flinch. T answers before I can. We haven't discussed children yet. But if we do, we'll do it the right way for us. Not to please anyone else. Aunt Lek nods slowly. Fair enough. Dad looks at me then. Really looks. You're happy. I swallow. Happier than I ever was here pretending to be someone I'm not. He exhales. Long, heavy. Then, stay for dinner. Both of you. We do. The meal is quiet but not tense. Crit cracks a joke about how T probably doesn't know how to eat somtam without crying. T laughs, genuine, and takes an extra-large spoonful just to prove him wrong. His eyes water immediately. Crit howls with laughter. Even Dad's mouth twitches. After dinner, Mom pulls me aside while T talks quietly with Dad and Crit under the mango tree. She presses a small envelope into my hand. This is for you. From us. Not much. But we saved it for your wedding someday. I open it. A thin gold chain, simple, traditional. The kind mothers give daughters-in-law. Tears burn my eyes. Mom! Don't argue, she says. Wear it. Or give it to him. Or keep it. But no, we're trying. I hug her again. This time she hugs back without hesitation. When we leave that night, Dad walks us to the car. He stops T with a hand on his arm. Take care of my son, he says. Voice rough. T meets his eyes. Always. Dad nods once. Turns to me. Come back soon. Both of you. We drive away under a sky full of stars. Back in Bangkok, something settles inside me. T notices. That night, after we shower and crawl into bed, he pulls me close. Skin to skin. Warm. Safe. He kisses my temple. My cheek. My jaw. Then my mouth. Slow. Deep. The kind of kiss that feels like coming home after a long war. His tongue slides against mine in lazy, savoring strokes. I sigh into it, fingers tracing the line of his spine, feeling every ridge of muscle shift under my touch. Heat builds, not frantic, just steady. Inevitable. His hand cups the back of my head, holding me like I'm precious. We kiss until breathing becomes secondary, until the world narrows to just the press of lips, the soft sounds we make, the way our hearts beat in time. When we finally part, he rests his forehead against mine. I love you, he whispers. Simple. True. I love you too. The next morning brings the final ripple. A major lifestyle magazine wants an interview. Not sensational. Respectful. They call it a modern Thai love story. T looks at me over coffee. Your call. I think about my parents' faces last night. Crits laugh. Mom's envelope still in my pocket. Let's do it, I say. No hiding anymore. The interview happens 2 weeks later. Simple questions. Simple answers. We hold hands the whole time. When the article drops online, the comments are mixed, but the supportive ones outweigh the hate. Thai BL fans make edits. Memes. Threads calling us endgame. My phone buzzes with messages from old school friends, cousins, even a few distant relatives. You look happy. We're proud. Come visit soon. That night T takes me to the rooftop pool of his building. Private. Empty except for us. City lights glitter below like fallen stars. He pulls me into the water, clothes and all. Laughs when I sputter. Then kisses me under the night sky. Deep. Wet. Full of joy. No more secrets. No more worthless. Just us. And a family that's finally starting to see it. The magazine interview drops on a Tuesday morning. I wake up to my phone vibrating itself off the nightstand. Tea is already in the kitchen. The smell of fresh coffee drifting through the penthouse. I grab the device, squint at the screen, and see notifications piling up like they're trying to bury me. The article title is simple. Vanan Ratanakorn and Nati. A quiet love story in a loud world. No scandal. No drama. Just photos of us sitting side by side on a cream sofa in T's office. Hands linked, rings visible, both of us smiling like normal people who happen to be stupidly in love. The writer asked gentle questions. How we met, what marriage means to us, why we kept it private so long. We answered honestly. Now the internet is answering back. I scroll. Hundreds of comments already. Thai BL fan accounts have made edits. Slow motion clips of our hands, soft piano overlays, heart effects exploding everywhere. Someone started a hashtag. Hashtag #NatiTiendgame. It's trending in Thailand. There are ugly comments too. Words like unnatural, disgrace to family, Gold digger. But they're drowned out. Old classmates message me. Asterisk saw the article. You look happy. Nat really happy. Asterisk. A cousin I haven't spoken to since high school. Asterisk Nat. You're brave. I'm proud. Asterisk. Even one of Mom's village friends. Asterisk tell your mother the neighbors are saying nice things now. They like the story. Asterisk. I set the phone down. My chest feels too full. T walks in carrying 2 mugs. He sees my face and sets them aside immediately. Good or bad? He asks. Both. Mostly good. He sits on the edge of the bed, pulls me against his side. Show me. I hand him the phone. He scrolls silently, thumb pausing on the Kinder messages. When he reaches the hate ones, his jaw tightens, but he doesn't comment. Just keeps scrolling until he finds the fan edits. He snorts softly. They made us look like drama leads. They're not wrong, I mutter. He sets the phone down, turns my face to his. You okay? I nod. Yeah. Feels real now. Like we don't have to hide anymore. He kisses me then, slow, deliberate, the way he does when he wants to anchor me. Lips brushing mine once, twice, then pressing deeper. His tongue slides in gentle strokes, warm and familiar, tasting like black coffee and morning. I sigh into his mouth, hands sliding up his bare back, feeling the steady strength there. We stay like that for long minutes, kissing without hurry, just breathing each other in, letting the world outside fade until it's only us again. When we break apart, he rests his forehead against mine. Then let's stop hiding completely. What do you mean? Dinner. Tonight. My parents' house. They've been asking about you for months. My stomach drops. T's family is different. Old money. Traditional in ways my family only dreams of being. His father is semi-retired but still sits on boards. His mother chairs charity galas and speaks 4 languages. They know about me vaguely. T told them he was married last year. But they've never met me. They'll hate me, I whisper. They won't. He brushes hair off my forehead. They already love you because I do. I don't believe him, but I say yes anyway. We arrive at the Ratanicorn family estate in Sukhumvit at 7 sharp. The gate is wrought iron and taller than our entire village house. Security nods us through. The driveway is lined with frangipani trees, flowers glowing under soft lights. T's mother meets us at the door. She's elegant silk blouse, pearl earrings, hair in a neat chignon. She smiles warmly, but her eyes are sharp, assessing. Sawas di krub, kunmei. I say, why you so deeply my back protests. She returns it, then surprises me by stepping forward and touching my arm. Nati, we've heard so much. Come in. T's father is in the living room. Tall like his son, silver at the temples, reading glasses perched on his nose. He stands when we enter. He studies me for a long moment. Then he nods once. Sit. Dinner is formal but not cold. They ask careful questions. How did we meet? The delivery story makes T's mother laugh. Quiet, surprised. Do I like the city? I say yes, even though I still miss the smell of street food at night. What are my plans? I hesitate. T answers for me. Whatever he wants. He's free to choose. After the main course, perfectly plated masaman curry and jasmine rice, T's father sets his fork down. We were concerned at first, he says plainly. Not because you're a man, because T has never brought anyone home. Not once. We thought he'd stay alone forever. Work, work, work. T's hand finds mine under the table. Squeezes. His mother continues. But when he told us about you, we saw something different in him. Lighter. He smiles more. He leaves the office before midnight now. She looks at me directly. Thank you for that. Tears prick my eyes. I blink them back. After dessert, T's mother takes me aside to the garden. Moonlight spills over the koi pond. She hands me a small velvet box. Open it. Inside is a pair of simple gold cufflinks, engraved with tiny Thai initials. And our family crest is on the back, she says softly. Wear them when you're ready, or don't, but know you're welcome here. I can't speak, just nod. She pats my cheek. You're family now. Back inside, T's father pulls him into a quiet corner. I catch fragments. Proud of you. Good choice. Take care of him. When we leave, T's mother hugs me. Quick, but real. Visit soon, she says. Both of you. In the car, I'm quiet. T glances over. You survived. More than survived. He parks on a quiet side street near the river, cuts the engine, turns to me, kisses me, deep, fierce, full of everything we've carried tonight. Relief, gratitude, joy. His hands frame my face, thumbs stroking my jaw while his tongue moves against mine in slow, claiming strokes. I lean into him, seatbelt forgotten, fingers twisting in his shirt. The kiss goes on, heat building in soft waves, hearts pounding together until the windows fog. When we pull apart, both breathing hard, he smiles, small, rare, only for me smile. Ready for the last step? What's that? Moving in. Officially. No more sneaking out at night. No more hiding your clothes at my tailor. Just us. Home. I look out at the river lights dancing on the water. Then back at him. Yes. The move happens faster than I expect. One weekend I'm still keeping half my clothes in the old family house closet. The next I'm watching movers carry the last boxes into T's penthouse. No, our penthouse. He cleared half the walk-in wardrobe before I even agreed. There's a shelf just for my cheap t-shirts next to his tailored suits. A drawer for my mismatched socks beside his neatly folded silk ones. It should feel ridiculous. Instead it feels like breathing for the first time in years. I stand in the middle of the living room on moving day evening, surrounded by cardboard, and suddenly laugh. T appears from the hallway, sleeves rolled up, a smudge of dust on his cheek. What's funny? I have no idea where anything is. He crosses the room in 3 strides, wraps his arms around me from behind, chin on my shoulder. We'll figure it out. Together. That night we don't unpack. We order pad thai from the same street vendor we went to on our second not date. Eat it sitting on the floor because the dining table is buried under boxes. T feeds me a bite, smirking when sauce drips on my chin. I wipe it off with my thumb and he catches my hand, kisses the sauce away. Then he kisses me properly. Slow, deep, the kind of kiss that starts gentle and builds like a slow-burning fire. His tongue slides against mine in long, savoring strokes. I taste tamarind and chili and him, always him. My fingers thread through his hair, tugging just enough to make him growl softly against my mouth. He shifts us until I'm in his lap, chests pressed tight, hearts hammering in sync. We kiss until the food goes cold, until the city lights outside blur into streaks of gold and red, until all that exists is the heat of his hands on my back, the soft sounds we make, the way every touch says home. When we finally pull apart, breathless, he rests his forehead against mine. Welcome home, Nat. 2 weeks later, we host our first small dinner. Not a party, just family, both sides. My parents drive up from the village with Crit. T's parents come from their estate. Neutral ground. The private dining room at one of T's quieter hotels overlooking the river. No press, no cameras. Just one long table, candles, and food everyone actually likes. Mom brings homemade kanam jin namya, her specialty. T's mother compliments it 3 times. Dad and T's father end up talking about old construction projects in Bangkok like they've known each other forever. Crit and T's younger cousin bond over video games in the corner. Halfway through dessert, mango sticky rice that T ordered specially for me. Mom stands. She looks nervous, clears her throat. I want to say something. Everyone quiets. She looks at me first, then T. When Nat told us, I was afraid. Not just of what people would say. I was afraid he'd be hurt, that the world would be cruel, that I hadn't prepared him enough. Her voice wavers. But I see now. He found someone who protects him better than I ever could. Someone who loves him the way he deserves. She turns to T. Thank you for seeing my son when we were too blind, for being patient, for not giving up on us. T stands, bows deeply to her. Thank you, Kunmei, for raising him, for giving me the best thing in my life. Mom's eyes fill. She reaches across the table and squeezes his hand. Dad nods once, short, gruff, but real. Crit raises his glass. To Nat and T. The most dramatic slow burn I've ever witnessed. Laughter ripples around the table. T's mother lifts her glass next. To family, old and new. We clink. After dinner, everyone lingers on the terrace. The river glitters below. Mom pulls me aside near the railing. She slips the gold chain from the envelope into my hand, the one she gave me weeks ago. Wear it, she says, or give it to him, but keep it close. I unclasp it, walk over to T, who's talking quietly with his father. I step behind him, loop the chain around his neck, fasten it. He touches the pendant, simple gold, no flash. What's this? From Mom. Family tradition. He turns, eyes soft. Then he kisses me, right there in front of everyone. Not deep, not long, just a gentle press of lips that says everything. No one looks away. No one flinches. Mom smiles, small, teary, real. Later that night, back in our penthouse, T pulls me onto the balcony. City lights stretch forever below us. He turns me to face him. No more chapters, he says quietly. Just us. Every day. I nod. He kisses me again. Slow, deep, endless. His hands frame my face, thumbs brushing my cheeks. Our mouths move together in perfect rhythm, tongues meeting in soft, languid strokes that make my knees weak. I press closer, fingers curling into his shirt, feeling the steady beat of his heart under my palm. Heat blooms between us, warm, comforting, full of promise. We kiss like we have forever because now we do. When we break apart, he whispers against my lips. I love you, Natty. I love you too, T. And for the first time in my life, no one calls me worthless. Because the people who matter most finally see what I've known all along. I'm loved. I'm chosen. I'm home. Thank you everyone for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share for more interesting BL stories.